Liverpool's pursuit of a major defensive signing has taken a significant step forward, with Fabrizio Romano offering an encouraging update on the club's latest transfer plans. The respected journalist has indicated that progress is being made on a deal for a £60 million defender, easing some of the uncertainty that has surrounded the move in recent days. With Arne Slot keen to strengthen his backline before the window closes, Romano's comments will come as a timely boost for supporters waiting for concrete movement. As talks continue behind the scenes, Liverpool now appear closer to securing a key addition that could shape the next phase of their season. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Andy Robertson is set to stay at Liverpool for the rest of the season, after talks over a mid-season move to Tottenham were brought to a close. Robertson was slated to join Tottenham in a deal worth as much as £5 million before the end of the January transfer window. LFC News understands Liverpool entered talks with the London club out of respect for their long-serving left-back and his desire for regular starting football after entering the final 6 months of his contract. However, with Conor Bradley and Giovanni Leone already sidelined for the season, and Joe Gomez suffering a blow during Saturday's 3-2 defeat to Bournemouth, Liverpool have pulled the plug on any sale. The Times' Paul Joyce reports that Liverpool decided they could not sanction their vice-captain's departure due to a lack of options available to Arne Slot. Contact was made with AS Roma over the termination of Kostas Tsimikas' loan as potential cover, but the Italian side are described as reluctant to allow him to return to Anfield early. Robertson is therefore set to stay as part of Slot's squad and will still hold a key role for the rest of the season, despite finding himself second choice behind Milos Kerkez. Slot was forced to replace Kerkez with Robertson at half-time against Bournemouth, knowing that the young Hungarian had entered the red zone in terms of his workload, which demonstrated the importance of keeping his number 26 available. Robertson has already started 11 games this season and should still play enough minutes to maintain his match fitness ahead of a Summer World Cup where he will captain Scotland. What happens beyond that point remains to be seen, with Tottenham almost certain to renew their interest if he becomes a free agent on July 1st. Robertson had expressed the desire to stay at Liverpool beyond his current deal, but also a realism over his opportunities after the signing of a new first-choice left-back. However, at a time of worrying transition for the club, the value of holding on to the remaining leaders of their recent success cannot be undersold. Now, Liverpool have been name-checked as interested suitors in Rennes centre-back Jeremy Jac, with Chelsea and Bayern Munich also involved in the race for his transfer. Liverpool have a growing list of needs to address in the summer transfer window, and with Ibrahima Konate's future remaining uncertain, investing at centre-back is of growing importance. The Mail's Lewis Steele reported last week that it is a position that is seen as a priority, with Tottenham's Mickey van de Ven described as keen on a move. Steele also reported that the club are keeping an eye from afar on 20-year-old Jac, who has had Chelsea pushing for his signing throughout the January window. Transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano reports the French side want a record £56.4 million to £60.7 million for the centre-back and would prefer to sanction his sale this month but only let him go in the summer. Chelsea are in the race to sign him now for the summer. Liverpool are also interested and following the player. Bayern are also calling for the player, Romano stated on his YouTube channel. These three clubs are involved in the race. If Rennes only want to part ways with Jac at the end of the season, there is no rush to complete a deal before the January window concludes, which would suit Liverpool. Since Ibrahima Konate signed for the club in 2021, Liverpool have added only Giovanni Leone to their senior centre-back ranks, and the lack of investment is starting to show. Arne Slot's current depth in the position requires him to look at his midfielders, with Wataru Endo and Ryan Gravenberch the next players in line, as seen at Bournemouth. Jac, 6'2", would represent an investment in a young centre-back who has played 54 games at senior level in France, but has shown a clear strength in aerial battles and ability to carry the ball out from the backline. The right-footed centre-back operates on the right of the defensive line, which would complement Virgil van Dijk, especially if Konate does not extend his contract. He has also played as the central defender in a back three for Rennes and has not looked out of place in League One as a young defender. Jac has missed only 2 league games this season due to suspension and has a minimal injury record, with a shoulder injury in September 2024 marking his longest absence, 7 games. Gomez's ability on the ball highlights what is missing from Konate's skill set, and Jac is a confident ball-playing defender who fits the modern mold, hence growing interest across Europe. In other news, James McConnell is not due to head out on loan again this month following his return from Ajax, with the Liverpool midfielder undergoing minor surgery. McConnell's recall from Ajax is yet to be confirmed, but the 21-year-old has been back at the AXA training centre since the start of January. He returned to Liverpool nursing an injury which ruled him out of contention for the FA Cup win over Barnsley, and it has since emerged that the midfielder required surgery. Liverpool.com's Michael Plant reports that this will see McConnell stay on Merseyside for the second half of the season, despite loan interest from a host of clubs. Having been slated for a championship move, he will instead focus on his recovery before coming into contention for both Arne Slot's first team and the under-21s. It could serve as a boost to Liverpool's senior squad, with Slot a keen admirer of McConnell and the Reds struggling with injuries to a number of players. While those absences are in defence, with Joe Gomez potentially joining Connor Bradley and Giovanni Leone on the sidelines and attack after Alexander Isak broke his leg, it means Liverpool's midfielders are needed for double duty. Dominic Szoboszlai has filled in at right back and out wide, while Ryan Gravenberch and Wataru Endo are both seen as emergency options at centre back, and Curtis Jones has also played at right back. The decision to retain McConnell comes along with the call to block any loan move for Trainioni, with the 18-year-old also set to stay as cover. McConnell made 7 appearances for Ajax, including starts in the Eredivisie and the Champions League, but failed to feature after the dismissal of head coach John Heitinga. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.